Hi, I'm back up on the hill again today. Got a map that I've been making and drawing of the area around me. And the funny part is the map, which I'll show you closer up with a voiceover type thing, I drew when I was down the hill. And by golly, I've been looking at it since I've been up here, and things really are where I put them with complete memory. I really should have been an architect when I was in college, trained for it, but the math, nothing. Today I'm up here. I have my chainsaw with me and some of my other tools. What I'm trying to do based on the map is start putting in place markers or clearances for where I want to put things. Like right here next to the fire pit, I want to put an outdoor kitchen that'll be 10 foot high on the front end, 8 foot high on the back end, sloped, and then have a tarp that runs over that and down, and then put wood that's going to get cut up and across the top and down on the sides to close it in some. And I'll probably even build a reflector here by the fire, so it pushes that heat back into that area to keep me and Macy warm as we sit up here as it starts to get colder in the next couple of months. I found water last week when I stepped over here, and my boots got squishy real quick. I did a little digging last week, as you may have seen, and found water down here, which explains the squishiness. But I came back out Monday or Tuesday and dug more and bigger and wider, and got the hole down to where there's no water in it at all. And within an hour's time, there was like 3 or 4 inches of water again. So what I'm hoping that says is that there is indeed a potential for a well right there. And what's also great and wonderful about that spot is it's right in the middle of where I think we should build a family cabin. And if I can put a well so close to that, and we're on a ridge, and about 1470 to 1500 feet above sea level, and that thing still got water in it today. So there's water coming in from it somewhere. I don't know if it's bubbling up from the ground via a spring, whether we can get one of those kits from Amazon and go down and then fashion a pump on it. But there's potential there. There's potential with the hemlocks to go in differing angles so that wires can be run above to help move very, very heavy logs that, even if I didn't have a bad back, would make it much easier to do. My goal today is to start working on piles of the lumber I'm going to use for making the crosses that I'm going to start selling now in September. I've got an idea of what sizes things really need to be that aren't going to be an arm and a leg, and a couple nails even to send, because the postage price I found for like a 20.5 by 22.5 inch cross, say weighing not very much at all, was like $55. It was going to be more than the cost of the product itself. So I've been doing some recomputing. That just doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to be getting that wood, which is coming from a good bit of what's already fallen or been felled, squared away. So I've got pieces for the crosses. I've also, a generous person is also sending a hand carving kit, and I've been looking at the ways to do the 5-minute wizard, who also going to be turned into Santa Claus for ornaments for the Christmas tree. And there's also the potential to make some gnomes, which a couple of my friends collect those, and I think it would be really cool Christmas gifts for them to have, to either pass out as ornament gifts themselves or to them. So I'm trying to get that wood for the new business line organized, cut, chopped, ready, so that when it does snow here, we can take some of the wood with us, or how I've already shipped it out, so that I have product to work with, particularly as we get closer to Thanksgiving and Christmas and the holidays. And then there's other things I'm looking at doing here down in this where the land sinks, and this is an old logging road, and then the land goes back up, and then if you go too far, you're gonna be falling like 25-30 feet. But I'm thinking a lean-to that's got 12 by 12 and maybe a 14-foot across base with more wood leaned up against it with a couple tarps is going to provide a pretty good lean-to storage space and a spot to potentially put a wood stove in during the winter months when Macy and I need to come back up here if we're going to start falling trees, whether they're hemlocks or oaks, for a potential cabin. Also got some things to look into and whether or not that's even possible. So let's just hope and pray that it is, and we can find a way to make it work. So back here I'm looking at putting a lean-to. We've got the cooking kitchen, outdoor kitchen here with the fire pit. So those are 2 points on the compass. And then I'm looking over here for a place to do some food storage, so that I create what Scouts call the Bermuda Triangle in your camping site, so that the food's in one place, the cooking's in another, and you sleep somewhere that's not near the two. And I also have the opportunity to fly food in a box or something that'll go up, so bears can't get it, because nobody wants to wind up a bearito. So I'm working on that. I've got some other ideas about a cellar, a food cellar, root cellar, there we go, that's the one. And getting some of these dead trees out of here, cut, put into the piles, probably not for merchandising, but simply to get it cut and shortened so that I can burn it, and there reduces the risk of it spreading into any other of these hemlocks up here. There are many of them that are just near death or at death, have passed. And gosh, I'm taking off my hat the wrong way. In memory of them, it's just a shame. And mixed in with that are some oaks, and some of them are dangerously leaning. This one over here, which you may not be able to see it with that lens setting, goes up and then it comes over and leans, and it's as dead as a doorknob. I mean, Jacob Marley, you could make a tomb for him, or a casket out of him with that tree, and it's about as useless as it can be at this point. So there's still a chance to go in. Hopefully the wood's not rotted. Cut some of these down, get them bucked, which means all the branches are cut off, so it's a nice piece of lumber like this. And then you start doing various lengths of cuts. There's the 100-inch cut. One of these pieces I'm going to bring down, I'm actually going to cut into an 8-foot length, and then I'm going to get some legs cut that are probably about 3 inches in diameter, with 2 to 3 inch, 1-inch dowel plugs on them on the top, so that when I have a nice log like the ones you see here that are 8 foot long, I can put 2 at the ends that are at 45-degree angles, kind of like sticking up like this, and then in the inside of the thing I can have 2 that are going straight up, one that's going straight up, and then at the other end have a V with the 45-degree angle bit in. And once I've got that and the pieces in place, and I've hammered them and wallered them out so that they're not going anywhere, I can rotate it, put the legs down on the ground, cut the thing in half, and then I have 2 halves of sawhorses, or 2 sawhorses to use. I saw Trustin Timber on his channel, and Trustin, I'm sorry about it. I've been putting an S on the end of your name for a good while now, and I apologize. No excuse, it's my fault. It's not happening anymore. But anyway, Trustin put notches on his sawhorses so that you can set them, you know, running parallel to each other. And then when you get one of these longer tree branches and it's bucked, you can just pull it up into the groove and start making whatever size cuts you want to make it all work. So that's what I'm doing up here today. I've been doing a lot of surveying. I've been doing a lot of measuring. I've been saying to Macy, don't come up here today because I'm going to be doing a lot of sawing, and she does not like the chainsaw noise. So she's not up here again today. But I need to get busy, quit talking, and doing some cutting. I'll do some video as I go along. This is going to be a multi-day project. There's no way I'm going to get any of it done in one day. But I'm going to start doing it. I have a plan. I've shown you that there is a plan. It's the 1st of September tomorrow, and or it may be when you're watching this, of 2022. And they said they didn't have snow, or the snow hill here in Marquette didn't open until after Thanksgiving in 2021. My dad's been telling me for a month now I need to be gone by the 1st of September. He's recalling that in, believe it was 1975, when we got back from Squadron Officers Training School in Montgomery, Alabama for the summer, it snowed 6 inches on the 1st of September in 1975, and it does not do that anymore, but it can. But he and I were talking just a little while ago, and I'm like, Dad, trees aren't even, not even 1% of the trees are changing colors yet. They had in the forecast for tomorrow, the temperature was going to be 84, and for Friday, 89 degrees. They've bucked that back a little bit, but not much. So those 2 days are going to be, looks like probably the last 2 hot days of the season. And then it starts staying in the 70s, and then 10 days out, I think it starts moving into the 60s, and the nighttime temperatures move from the 60s down into the 50s. When it starts getting into the 40s and 30s, that's when the trees all are going to go crazy and will be absolutely gorgeous. And that view of Lake Superior will become clearer and clearer as more and more leaves fall off and it gets closer to snow time. So anyway, that's what an update I wanted to do today. Do it quick, fast, and I will be showing you little clips as I go along to help you understand the way I'm moving and proceeding. Obviously always careful and somewhat restrained. I charged up the battery pack in my back today before we came up here, or before I came up here, and it's time to put the planning tools away. I may do a little bit more measuring just to make sure like the footprint of what I have in mind is going to work, but I got a lot of work to do and a rapidly decreasing number of days in which to do it. So thanks for watching. Please, if you are watching, follow the link over to medium.com, because there will be a story over there. Medium.com /@ Donald J. Claxton will get you the ability to read all of my stories, but the other link will, underneath that, is going to be for the referral program for Medium. If you join the referral program via my link, I will get a mere penance of what you pay a month in your subscription, but but I'll also start earning revenue from the time you spend reading. If you come to my page and you're coming there from Facebook or Twitter or Insta and you read, but you're not a member on Medium, I don't earn a penny from it. And writing on Medium, sharing the stories about being up here is how I'm trying to support myself. So you help me tremendously if you join the monthly membership program under my link. And even if you don't, if you become a member without my referral link and you read my stuff, you help me tremendously. The YouTube channel here is also growing. Please hit the like button on this video if I've presented some information you find helpful or entertaining or colorful. Please subscribe to the channel. So you can even click a little bell thing and it will send you notifications when new videos post. And when you watch them, you help me because it builds the number of hours people have spent watching. It also increases the number of subscribers, and as those numbers rise, I get closer to where I can actually make some money via YouTube. And right now I can promise you, we're just in the infantile first trimester stages. Nowhere near where I need to be for this to be a cash-worthy experience. And not that that's the goal. The goal is obviously to help provide information and entertain you about what's going on out here in the woods and what I'm trying to do with the crosses program and the ornaments that I'm going to be making from the wood. But I need your help. I need your help. There's also the ability to send support via paypal.me/Donald J. Claxton. You can also go to Venmo at Donald J. Claxton. You can also go to Amazon, if you're watching across the pond. And I have a wish list. And so on that list are some of the things that I'm going to need to be able to be out here in the winter or just simply move forward. And if you would be so kind, I've provided an address for shipping. And most people are saying that they just want to contribute and do so anonymously, so I don't have to get on and say, blah, 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 Joe Smith, thank you from Seattle, Washington. It can be just as simple as saying some generous, wonderful person sent X. And I'm very, very thankful to you for your support. And there are many X and Y's and Z's and A's and B's out there. And I can't thank you enough. This has been the experience of a lifetime, one I've been dreaming about since 1978, since we left for Michigan. And I'm so glad to be back. I'm so glad I did what I did to get here. And that I'm here now. My pants look like hell because they don't fit. My belts aren't not fitting. I have one of these military type belts on today. It's hard walking with it. It's hard standing here as it is, but it's hard walking with pants that are always trying to fall down, and you can get that much of pull out of them just by, if the belt's not there. They want to fall, and they do fall if I don't have a belt. So I'm going to keep working my butt off for September. Your support in any of those ways is greatly appreciated. And let's make September a big month for all of us. One where we can do a lot of growing, learning, experimenting, and growing together as humans, and figuring out ways to help take care of ourselves when other resources and sources become too expensive, production's down, whatever you want to call it, and it gets hard to make a living in the business society world out there, and more people start flocking to places like land out in the middle of the nowhere to try to set up a system so they can support themselves if it gets down to such a point. So that's enough of what my oldest daughter would call crazy talking, and I'm going to get to work. Thank you for watching.